Speak highly of yourself. Every day, speak extremely highly and positive of yourself. Believing in yourself is a full-time job, so no days off. Always speak positively of yourself. You can't afford to speak negatively upon yourself. Not in this life, honey. You can't afford to be insecure when it comes to the only life you have. You can't afford negotiating when it comes to your health, when it comes to your confidence, when it comes to your self-worth, when it comes to your self-concept in this life, which is the only life you have. Why wasting it being insecure? Why wasting it having low self-worth? Why wasting it negotiating for your own health, your own mental health, your own sanity, your own opportunities, your own money, your own well-being, your own self-esteem? It is a waste. It's useless. Despite humility disguised as extreme low self-worth and low self-confidence is normalized in this society. Humility disguised as extremely weak self-concept is the norm these days and has been for a long time. But now things have changed. This is what society promotes, and you, along with so many other people, have been succumbing to it like dogs. And then you wonder why you're unhappy, why you're not getting anything that you want, and why you're not living the life of your dreams. While people that you deem as bad and with low morals, blah blah blah, because you are the one judging, as always, the miserable one all the time, they are living the life of their dreams, unapologetically. But this is what society wants, especially women, to be humbled, to be insecure, to speak down of themselves, to do all the work that they are not supposed to do, to bargain their own health for others, and so on. Don't be a victim to this unless you want to. The choice is yours. But if you're still watching, please reclaim yourself back and keep listening. Reclaim who you were before all those things happened to you that dimmed your own light. Notice how when you were a kid, you felt so much more aligned to your higher self. You felt so much more happier in life. You felt so much more eager to carry on in life. You felt like the opportunities of the future were infinite. And it's true. That's why you were happier. But now things have changed. And why? Because you've been programmed in a way that makes you feel bad. You simply need to adjust your brain to feel better about yourself. As time goes on, you're supposed to feel better and better and better, not worse. So we need to do a little bit of reverse engineering. You need to use your own words to your advantage. Instead of speaking negatively about yourself, you use your words, which is your weapon, to your own advantage instead of self-sabotaging that way. You have a mouth. You can talk, you have a mind, you can think. Use all that to your favor instead of using it against your own self. Why would you choose to speak negatively about yourself? No one has control over your own mouth, and no one has control over your own brain. So why would you waste all this that way? Take back control over your own brain and over your own voice. In the world, if nobody loves you, if nobody cares about you, at least you have yourself. At least you are being kind to yourself. At least you are making justice to your own self. And since your words are the most valuable, your brain prioritizes your own thoughts. That's the only one that matters. That's the only opinion that matters to you. As long as you have yourself, you have it together. And nothing can bring you down. It's when you lose yourself for the sake of other people that the problems start. rising up. And we need to prevent that. Because people are gonna come and go. The only person that is gonna live your life with you forever is your own self. It doesn't really matter what other people are saying when it comes to your own life, because your own words are the most powerful. You can speak to your own self all the time you want. You just have to decide. So all the time that someone is being rude to you, every time that someone is being negative towards you, you can literally flip the script around by giving yourself what you're missing, by speaking the opposite to yourself. Think about it. You're gonna spend with yourself so much more time than you spend with them. Therefore, you can speak and you can repeat to yourself better words all the time, a lot more than them in comparison. The numbers of words are gonna be so much more, and therefore they're gonna stick to your brain much longer if you let them. That's why you need to, instead of put obstacles, instead of siding with your own enemy and reinforcing their thoughts that are not yours, they have nothing to do with you. Reinforce your own belief upon yourself. Instead of being your own hater, instead of being your own bully, instead of siding with your own enemy, you side with your own self. You defend your own self and you go against them. You speak the opposite to yourself. You speak the positive to yourself instead of reinforcing the negative energy. And on the contrary, it doesn't matter if people are being kind to you, if people are loving you, if people are validating you. It doesn't matter at all. Because this type of validation, as I said, is cheap. It is temporary. It doesn't last. It doesn't bring you value. You don't know if they're lying or not. You don't know their real intentions. It is just not sustainable. You need to validate your own self first and foremost. And let's say that everyone is being positive to you, everyone is being supportive, etc. If you don't love yourself, if you don't give yourself justice, if you do not feel worthy nor anything, you're gonna feel miserable anyway. So it doesn't matter what the external thinks of you, what the external is doing. You need to think highly of yourself. You need to be your own source of validation. All the support in the world does not matter if you can't be respectful to your own self, if you can't value your own self. Your own validation is the most important one, because everyone else is temporary. Everyone else is just an experience. You can't rely on something this volatile if you want to live an actual fulfilling life. You need to be your own cheerleader. You need to say to yourself whatever you wish other people will tell you. You need to embody what you wish other people would tell you. Other people's words, you can take them as a reinforcement of who you are if they are positive. You take them as confirmation, as something extra, but it's not the source. The source is you. The source is in you. So start acting like it. So that's what you need to do. Speak kindly to yourself and don't fall victim to the stupid games of people wanting to humble you down. Because they can't with you if you've trained your self-concept enough. And that's what you need to do for your own sake. Also, people in general are always gonna find a way to put you down, no matter what. Even if you're perfect. That's why Robert Greene says, don't be too perfect, because people are literally gonna scan you, are gonna look at you so much until they find something negative about you, until they find a flaw. So you need to pay attention no matter what. You can't get away in life while self-sabotaging and talking negatively about yourself, because you're already setting the bar low. You just have to detach. That's the cure. So you can be whoever you want. You need to detach from those stupid opinions. You need to stop living life in fear and start living your own life freely. Since it's your own life, you can't speak negatively about your life because, as I said many times, you are the blueprint. You set the example, and reality just follows. Reality just imitates you. Reality just tries to replicate whatever your mind set, whatever your mind thinks. You are the director and the rest just follows. So you're gonna speak positively about yourself, and reality is just gonna do the same. Reality around you is gonna catch up. You're literally manifesting how you're being perceived. You're literally reinforcing your self-concept, which is one of the most important things in your entire life, and that's gonna determine what you're gonna manifest and what you're gonna attract and the quality of the life that you're gonna live. So please take it seriously. And you need to realize that every day is a special occasion. Every day is an event. You can't wait for something external to happen to be happy. You create your own opportunities. You fix your mind and reality is gonna follow. You need to think the other way around. You create your own life. You create your own opportunities. You create your own events. You decide what is gonna be an event and what is not. Because you set the standard. Because everything is neutral, you decide which label to give it according to your own perception of the world. You create your own experiences according to your mind and how you perceive things around you. Every day can be a special occasion if you let it. Every day can be an important event if you make it, if you decide that it is so. It's not someone else that decides that, it's you. Why would you put somebody on a pedestal in your own life? Because it's not somebody else that decides it, it's you. Very simple. You just start to romanticize your own life instead of waiting for whatever to happen. That way, you're not giving off desperate energy waiting for something external to enter your life, because your life is beautiful either way and you're not missing out on anything. You start romanticizing every day of your life. You start doing the most every day of your life. You start to do the most that you can because every day is important. And when you look back in the future, you're gonna see all those wonderful memories that you created for yourself only by deciding, only by perceiving things more positively. Think about your future self. Think about looking back and saying, oh my god, I'm so glad I did all this. And all this just because you started perceiving every day as important, labeling every day as valuable, and you started treating every day as such. And in this way, you make your own self valuable. So really, take your life seriously. Take yourself seriously. Even if it's little things. Be grateful about every little thing that happened. Make your life worth living. Life is worth living when you decide that it is. When you make it worth living. Even if you start speaking positively of yourself a little bit, even if you start taking action a little bit, it doesn't matter. It's still baby steps. It's still something. It's still better than yesterday. That's more than enough to be proud of yourself. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. Because you're the most powerful person that is living in your reality. Once you understand that you are the only one who has the power over your reality, you realize that there was nothing to worry about all along. It is all about you. It was all fine all along, and it will be forever fine. The only issue was within you, was a little programming. So take accountability. Don't be dumb. Don't be lazy. Don't let yourself go. Take your power back. Be conscious of what you do. Be conscious of how you act. Be present in your own life, because every moment is gonna pass anyway. So be sure that you're actually first thing first, existing, so that you can make sure that you're living and never look back. Stay it. Mwah. Bye.